right, this week on Shelly Goes to Work, you don't need a permission to call yourself a coach. If you are a coach in training and you are secretly thinking, I can't call myself a coach yet because I just need to finish first, who am I to charge? We need to talk. And that is what we're going to fix this week because while you're waiting to feel ready, getting ready, feeling like you have to graduate from something in order to work with a client, someone with less training who's less capable than you are is already signing clients. Today, I'm going to fix the identity problem that keeps a lot of new coaches and coaches in training invisible. And sometimes you wait for 6 months until you finish the program, and then another 6 months till you get a client. That's talk. Hey, coach, welcome back. I'm Michelle, your business and visibility marketing coach. I teach women life coaches how to build their coaching business and get clients. Last week, I had a bunch of conversation with new coaches, and the theme kept coming up. It's that moment you introduce yourself, you hesitate, you shrink, you soften it, you say things like, I'm studying to be a coach. I'm almost getting certified. I'm working towards it. But what you're really avoiding saying is, I am a coach. Why? Well, because deep down, you probably don't feel totally buy into that identity yet. Now, the thing is, your certification and business building are two different things. One teaches you the skill, and the others require you to be visible. It requires you to make that declaration, hey, I'm here and I'm here to stay. You can learn all the techniques all day long, but if nobody knows that you exist, you won't be able to get any client. For some reason, somewhere, I don't know if it's written somewhere in the policy book or operation menu, somehow a lot of coaches feel like I need to complete my coaching certification first before I can get out there. I need to pass the exam first before I can get out there and start working with client or start charging. But there's no rule book that was written in that way. This is not like going to school where you have to graduate and then get into a job force. This is coaching, and coaching is different. Coaching is something that you learn, the skills that you learn, you put it in practice, kind of like when you are in the medical field. You have these intern physician or residents who are not quite doctors yet. But guess where they are? They are in a live setting, in a hospital setting, and they're actually seeing patients. And it may not have occurred to you that these are the doctors who still in training. So you are a coach and you are a coach in training. What makes you think that you cannot get out there and start introducing yourself as such? New role, new title, new level of visibility. Sometimes it feels very uncomfortable. And if you're someone who's, want to do things right, chances are you'll stay there and you'll keep plowing through all these curriculum requirements before you make that declaration out there. So if this is like calling you out, there's a reason why you're not getting clients in the meantime. Let's put this in a real perspective. So you go through your coaching certification program, probably 3 months, 6 months, I don't know, whichever program that you decide. For me, it was a good, solid 12 months of training. So it took me 12 months to actually get myself certified and get myself like a paper hanging on the wall, which is still there. And then if I were to wait until I complete that, so that's 12 months, no income whatsoever. I'm just simply putting investment, putting the time in, and I am not getting any return back. Now, once you get out there, There's the marketing. You have to find out your niche. You have to put a package together. You have to do this and that. And that would take you another probably 3 months, 6 months. If you're lucky, you might do it in 3 months. If you are someone who needs to think about a lot of things and you're overthinking a lot of things, it might take you 6 months to actually get a discovery call booked. So we're talking about 12 months plus the 6 months. That's 18 months, a year and a half, where you are not generating any incomes with the investment that you have put in to become a coach. So, why is this happening? Well, I have my theory and my hypothesis. So, I'm going to go through that with you one by one. So, there are three. Symptom number one, because you're totally afraid of people might be judging you. And let's be honest, you probably had a different identity in the past, and suddenly you're on this path of becoming a coach. And there you are, you're thinking, what will they think? Will they take me seriously? Will they think, oh, you're one of those? And what does that even supposed to mean? So there's that fear of, I don't want them to judge me. And if you're someone who had overcome some, difficult family dynamic, you probably also don't want them to know and that you this is a new path that you're on. I actually had a client who said that once to me that what she had gone through, it was some difficult family dynamic. And she did not necessarily want to let the members within her family know. And that was the reason why she hesitated to put herself out there. And I sat there, I'm thinking, well, is that going to be your client? Are those difficult family member going to ever care about what you do ever? Probably not. But here you are, you're holding it back because you don't want them to judge you. And there are clients out there who's desperately needing your service, your help. And here we are, we're thinking about ourselves. Yeah, I'll just put it that perspective for you. And that was symptom number one. Symptom number two is that you think, again, this goes back to that somehow unwritten operation manual somewhere that you think that you need to graduate first, like school, pass and then begin. But coaching really doesn't work that like that. Coaching involves learning the skill, put it in practice, and you come back, you evolve, you learn new skills, and you practice again. So, in order to perfect your skill, you actually need to practice. And that doesn't mean that you go out there and offering free session. No, my friend. Symptom number three is that you coach everyone for free. Yes, practice, practice, practice. So you practice with friends, you practice with coworker, you practice with random humans, and you're doing the job, but not owning the title. When you help someone and then you let them walk away, because you're hesitating, you're scared, you're afraid of inviting them to a sales call, that's actually not serving them at all. That temporary fix, it's going to help them to take that one little tiny step. And guess what? They're going to go out there and they're going to try it out themselves. And that is not going to be sustainable for them. And they're going to come back and say, oh, yeah, I had a coaching session with so and so and it's not working. And that just ruined your reputation because that's not the intention. Because you're trying to show them what coaching can do for them so that you can invite them to a discovery call. So if you're out there and you're offering free coaching to friends, family, and basically everybody that you know, I want you to think about what are you doing in their best interest? Are you giving them advice and then just let them be and never invite them to a discovery call? Because people need sustainability. So we talked a lot about the symptoms of what is that sign for you to needing the permission to call yourself as a coach. Now, here are the solution. Step one, you need to simply decide. An identity is something that you choose to step into. The evidence of how you can be a coach and you're capable of coaching, that comes later. But you yourself have to declare that identity first. You have to live that title. This is a new identity that you have chosen. Then go ahead and declare it. Ask yourself tonight, like, when I say I am a coach, do I believe it? Because if your answer is shaky or you're not sure or there's something that's going on inside, that's your mindset work. That's your inner work. It's not marketing work. No marketing strategy in this world is going to give you that identity. You yourself have to believe it first. So, my question to you is, do you believe in your coaching? Step two is you want to get out there and you want to own that title publicly. So it's a public ownership. Start introducing yourself as a coach online, at a networking event, in a conversation. You run into somebody in an elevator or on the street, in a coffee shop. Start introducing yourself as a coach. One of the challenge I gave to all my clients this week is that I want you to get out there and I want you to introduce yourself as a coach first. And whatever that you were doing in the past, whatever title that you have, make that the second. So let's say I'm going out there and then I ran into somebody, a complete stranger, and that person had interest of asking me, "Hey, so what do you do for work? Or what do you do for a living?" Which is a very typical conversation starter when you meet someone for the very first time. Guess what? My first introduction would be, "Oh, I'm a coach." And that person might say, "Oh, that's interesting. What kind of coach?" And that is your conversation starter. So if you're wondering, like, where can I find my client? That is your step number one, is to spark that conversation and get that conversation going. And through that conversation, you're going to learn about what that person is looking for. Maybe there's something that that person is struggling with, and you just happen to be the person who might be able to help. And the next step would be inviting them to a chat with you, a discovery call. Because visibility is also going to help to build on your belief. When you go out there, when you start introducing yourself, when you start seeing the momentum, it's going to build you so much confidence and it's going to give you so much information about whether or not your elevator pitch is landing. So do not sit there and overthinking your elevator pitch because that is not going to help anyone, any moment, anytime. The only way that you're going to know if that is the elevator pitch that you're going to land on is actually putting yourself out there and announce and declare your identity publicly. Step number three of how you go about without the permission of calling yourself a coach is you want to start asking yourself better questions. You might be sitting there and say, "Well, am I good enough to coach a client? Am I good enough to charge someone?" Those are the wrong question to ask. What you really want to ask is, can I help this person take one step forward? If your answer is yes, then yes, you are qualified to coach them. And if your answer is no, then you wish them well. And if you know someone who can help them, please do refer them to that person. So here is your work order for this week. I want you to take one visibility action, just one. For example, I say earlier, introducing yourself to someone new. Message someone in your network. Start using your I help statement. You work so many different versions of it. Now it's time to apply for something. And if you need, also ask for support. So if you want me to look at your I help statement, simply drop it down below and I will take a look and give you some feedback. How much time do you need to spend on this? Not a whole lot of time. I know you're a busy person, so maybe 10 to 20 minutes is plenty. Just simply reach out and start introducing yourself to someone new, someone within your network, and find every opportunity that you can to start practicing that I help statement that you've been drafting over and over and over in your notebook. And that's it. Then you come back, you repeat the same process tomorrow. And each time you will build the momentum, and momentum will build your business. Now, if your brain said, "Well, I don't have time," here's what I would say: you don't have a time problem. It's not managing more time. It's not finding more time. It's a planning issue. It's a planning problem. When you say that you don't have enough time, chances are you're probably doing a lot of things at different places and different steps and all these things all at once. So it's not a time issue, it's actually a planning issue. It's a structure issue. Structure will create your progress. So if you need a map, I actually have a free map called the 7 steps to build your coaching business and get client. Inside that resource, it walks you through exactly what to focus on, which step to focus on, in what order. So the link is in the description box down below. Go ahead and download it, use it. Don't put it onto a digital shelf somewhere. And next week, I'm going to fix what you should be doing while you're still in training. How to market yourself before you feel ready. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and send this video to a coach who needs someone to believe in them a little louder. All right, Shelly is clocking out, and I will see you next week.
You are my breath of love, baby. You are.